and welcome to Bible Stories with Georgie. That's me. I'm Georgie. Well, it's great to have you with us today. Today we're going to continue in Matthew chapter 8 that we started last time. If you'll remember, we talked about how Jesus healed 3 different people, 3 different ways. Yeah, it was pretty miraculous. And well, because of that, he had a pretty good sized crowd following him, and so he decided that he and his disciples, they were going to get in a boat and they were going to go on the other side of the lake. I guess maybe to get a little break from all the people. And so they got in the boat in Matthew chapter 8, verse 23. And it says this, it says, that he got in the boat and his disciples followed him. Without warning, a furious storm came on the lake. Yeah. Can you imagine a storm on a lake? Maybe something like this. That would be scary if I was on a boat. Yeah. And so the storm came up and the waves swept over the boat. Whoa, they were all wet and scared and yeah. But Jesus, he was, you know what he was doing? He was sleeping. Jesus wasn't worried at all. He was calmed down asleep. Yeah, anyway, but the disciples, they woke him up saying, "Lord, save us, we're all gonna drown." So much for a bunch of fishermen. It must have been a really bad storm for those guys to get scared. Anyway, Jesus said, "You have little faith. Why are you so afraid?" Then he got up and he rebuked the winds and the waves, and it was completely calm. Whoa, can you imagine that? In the middle of a ferocious storm? Yeah, waves and wind and rain and and then all of a sudden, nothing. Wow, yeah. And the disciples, they were amazed. And they said, "What kind of man is this? Even the winds and the waves obey him." Well, of course, he wasn't just man. He was the Son of God. And so he had that kind of power. The power over storms and waves and nature. And whoa, it was amazing. Just reminds us how powerful our God is. Yeah. And you know what? Jesus wasn't worried. And so, we go through storms in our lives too. Sometimes they're real storms. Sometimes they're just really hard things that happen in our life. And God doesn't always pull us out of those storms, but we can know that he's always with us. Yeah. And we can remember what he says. Don't be afraid. I'm with you. Yeah. So I hope the next time you have a storm in your life, whether it's real or just kind of scary times, you'll remember that God is with you. All right. Well, thanks so much for hanging out with us today here on Bible Stories with Georgie. I forgot my name. Bible Stories with Georgie. Yeah. And we'll see you next time. Bye. I really forgot my name.